The clock clicks past midnight in a silent office, and somewhere between cold coffee and a glowing cursor, a young researcher asks a dangerous question. If I don't publish this year, do I disappear? The hallways of academia were once imagined as quiet sanctuaries: chalk dust, patient thought, slow discovery. But by the 1990s, a new rhythm began to echo through universities around the world. Faster, louder, countable. Papers became currency, journals became gates, and a phrase hardened into law: publish or perish. At first, it sounded reasonable. Knowledge should be shared, progress should be visible. But pressure has a way of reshaping intentions. Graduate students learn to measure their worth in citations before they learn to trust their ideas. Early career scholars watched calendars, not curiosity. Each submission carried hope and a quiet fear of falling behind. Listen closely, and you can hear it: the tapping of keyboards at dawn, the hum of fluorescent lights long after sunset. Researchers split one study into 3 papers. They chased fashionable topics instead of difficult truths. Reviewers became rivals. Time itself felt thinner, sliced into deadlines and impact factors. And then came the cracks. Retractions whispered through the community. Burnout spread quietly like fog. Brilliant minds left, not because they lacked passion, but because passion was no longer enough. The system rewarded speed over depth, volume over wisdom. The question shifted from, "Is this true?" to, "Is this publishable?" In one lab, a senior professor stared at a rejected manuscript, years of careful work dismissed in a paragraph. In another, a postdoc debated whether to rush incomplete results or risk unemployment. Integrity didn't vanish overnight. It eroded, grain by grain, under relentless demand. The tension reached its peak in conversations once held behind closed doors, now spoken aloud. Scholars asked whether knowledge could survive an assembly line, whether discovery could breathe under constant evaluation, whether a culture built on fear could still produce truth. And slowly, something changed. Voices rose, movements formed, calls for open science, fewer metrics, deeper work. Some journals slowed their pace, some institutions rethought promotion. Not enough, not everywhere, but enough to remind the world that ideas are not fast food, and minds are not machines. Because in the end, the most important discoveries were never rushed. They were waited for, nurtured, protected. And maybe the real measure of scholarship isn't how often you publish, but whether the work still matters when the noise fades. If this story made you think, helped you see the world a little differently, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps stories like this alive.